How's it going? Today we're taking a ride to the waterfront and we'll talk about some of the pros and cons of the Molo-5 10,000 watt electric hyper scooter dual motor. So let's go. Okay, so in the cons section I'm going to include, things that have gone wrong with the scooter since I've got it, and just like kind of in general, what are the cons of having a scooter like this. So let's start with the things that have gone wrong. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the build quality of this thing. There has been a couple of issues. For example, on the back trunk, where the hinge connects to the bike, it's actually just sort of glued to the acrylic decorative panels. So when I undid the latch to open the trunk, I pulled a little bit too hard and I cracked that acrylic piece, as you can see here. It's kind of a poor design just gluing it on, let alone gluing it onto the really thin plastic piece like that. I did reach out to them and let them know what happened and sent them pictures, and since they have redesigned that piece where they actually screw it in to the actual frame of the bike now. Here you can see a little bit of the conversation in the picture they showed me for how they fixed the issue. So that was one of the cons on my bike, but it has been remediated since. So now if you buy one, you won't have that issue. So let's see, what else has gone wrong? The front left headlight does not, or not headlight, the front left blinker does not blink. It's getting power because there's this little light, this decorative lighting that comes on the back of the turn signal, but so you can see the right turn signal works fine and the left one doesn't. I haven't really tried to tinker with it yet. It might just be a loose wire or something like that, but that is an issue. And then the final issue I've had with it is the kickstand broke off. But it broke off. I actually lent this scooter to another YouTuber, Moments with Reese. You can check out his video on it. But he had it in the back of his Jeep lying down. He put some pressure on that. Just slid out right there when I braked. I need to keep more distance. Try to keep it under 40. So anyways, yeah, he had it lying down and it put some pressure on it, and I think it went over a bump or something like that, and it broke. So I mean, it's not like it broke just in regular use. It kind of broke because there was some pressure on it and it was lying down in the back of a Jeep. So if you do lie this thing down, try to do it on the side that doesn't have the kickstand. Again, I reached out to them and let them know what happened, sent them a picture, and they sent me 2 out for free as replacements. Not sure why they sent me 2, but so as far as things going wrong, that's it so far. There hasn't really been much gone wrong. Things I'm worried about the most, of course, are the electrical system, the battery, the controller, and the motors. And so far, they're holding up good. Alright guys, hey, if you like my content, please hit that subscribe button below. It helps me a lot. You wouldn't believe how much it helps me. The more subscribers I get, the more opportunities I'm going to get for sponsored videos. I'll get the opportunity to review really cool products and get cool bikes and stuff like that. So yeah, please hit that subscribe button. So a few other cons of this thing is, this is both a con, and a pro, is the power. This thing is fast. It's not a toy, You have to have some experience riding and throttle control, and know how to get yourself out of trouble if you get into it, because this thing has a lot of power. These motors, they're not really torquey off the line, but once you get going and you hit this throttle, it's going to pick up fast. So you have to be really careful when you're riding it. So along with that, another, which I think is kind of a pro and a con too, is the size. This thing is really small. It has a really short wheelbase, and the angle, I think it's called the rake, of the forks, it's almost straight up and down, so it does feel pretty stable up to like 45 miles an hour. And even though they say it's capable of 70 miles an hour, which I doubt, I'm thinking probably 60, you don't want to go over 50 on this thing, really. It's dangerous over 50. But if you're riding it, like I do, under 45 most of the time, and it actually feels really stable and safe. Doesn't feel too bad at all. But it is something to keep in mind. You're not going to want to, do like speed runs on this thing where you're going 60 miles an hour. I might do a speed run just to see what the actual top speed is, but I'm going to be like 100% geared up. Gloves, thick jeans, motorcycle jacket, everything before I do that. Trying not to go too fast. It's hard. Trying to keep it around 35 miles an hour in case cops will see me. So another con is the throttle. So one, it's a half throttle, so it doesn't go the full length of the grip there. It's just half of it, and I think it's like either a quarter. I think it's a quarter turn. So it's like it's kind of jerky. I wish it was like a full throttle with like a half turn. You know, so you had more progression of the power delivery. So before we get into the pros, let's talk about how you can buy this thing. So the link is in the description to my store. I'm selling it. It's $3,200 for the 10,000 watt dual 5,000 watt motors with a 50 amp hour battery. And then if you want the trunk added, it's an extra $200. So it's $3,400 for the version with the trunk. Now I know a lot of you people are kind of waiting to see how this thing holds up and you want more information about it. Anything that goes wrong with it, I'm definitely going to tell you, right? Because I have a deal with the manufacturer. They allow me to sell it, but I mean, if it turns out to be a shit product, I'm not going to sell it anymore, right? And I'll let you guys know exactly what's going on. But so far, this is my favorite thing to ride. I love this thing, and I'm really hoping it holds up. There's another scooter I'm thinking about getting from the same manufacturer, the R8. They have a 15,000 watt version with a 72 volt 100 amp hour battery. That's an insane battery. So I'm thinking about getting that one, but I want to make sure this one holds up. Alright, so let's talk about the pros now. So like I said, some of the cons are also pros. One, the power. This thing's got ridiculous power. It's super fast. It's super torquey once you get going, and it's just a ton of fun. I love this thing. Another pro that's also the con is the size. So it's super small. It's really discreet. It's kind of a sleeper, you know what I mean? It's not going to draw a lot of attention from cops riding on the sidewalks and bike trails and stuff like that. Not only cops, I noticed that people don't give me the stink eye nearly as much as they do if I'm driving like my XXX or something like that in the park. You know, people just assume it's like a little e-scooter or something like that. They don't think it has that much power, or they don't really care how much power it has. So yeah, definitely the size. So another pro is the range. I don't know if you guys saw my range test, but in full power mode, dual motor, sport mode, all that kind of stuff, I got 40 miles, which is really good for my size, 265 pounds. And I wasn't, you know, riding it gingerly. I was, you know, doing full on street riding and then some trail riding, stuff like that, like a real world mix of riding. So the range is good. So you're never gonna have range anxiety with this. So if you ride this thing in eco mode, I mean, who knows how much range you can get, probably over 60 miles. Or close to 60 anyways. Alright, so another pro is the full suspension. So the front is not adjustable, but the rear suspension is, and has dual shocks in the rear. I mean, you're not going to be able to do any like hardcore jumps or off-roading or anything like that, but it makes stuff like this really comfortable. You know, just hitting like some light trails, maybe riding on the grass or something like that. Hi, ducks. Hello, ducky. And on that same note, the 14-inch off-road tires are also really cool because it makes this thing sort of more all-terrain. That's an option. I mean, you can choose the 13-inch road tires or the 14-inch off-road tires, the same price. I always like to get the road tires, I mean off-road tires for everything because I do a lot of dual sport type riding. You can see it's getting pretty rough right here, so this is where the suspension comes in handy. So it's not a perfect scooter, but it is pretty damn awesome. I don't know what happened here. Someone had a bad day. It's just been here for like, geez, it's got to be over a year now or something like that. I mean, really, so far you can't really go wrong. Oh, here's another con too. Is this charging port cover is kind of flimsy. I already lost it. It's just like it doesn't like screw on or anything like that. It just kind of pushes on and it's not on there very good. It's gone already. I mean, everything that matters is really good. The brakes are good. The suspension's good, the wheels are good, the motors, the electrical system all seem good now. The ride quality is good, and most importantly, it's fun as hell. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for this one. Please hit that subscribe button, give me a like, share, all that kind of stuff. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Link in the description for this bike if you want to buy it. And also there's a link to my channel Discord if you guys want to join that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.